Hello everybody and welcome to Marcus Synthar, the YouTube channel about drum machines, synthesizers and feelings. Today I want to talk about the word synthesizer, because words change the way we feel about things, and how we feel about things changes the way we do music. That is why I think it's important to stop your sequencers for just a little bit and listen to me. This is the Oxford English Dictionary definition of the word synthesis. The combination of components or elements to form a connected whole. Now this is what you call a subtractive synthesizer. Other subtractive synthesizers is the Minimoog, the Juno 60. Subtractive synthesizer. This is where my mind begins to protest. If synthesis means you put things together to make a whole, and subtractive means you remove stuff, how can these words work together? The short answer is they don't. Let me just quickly explain the nature of a subtractive synthesizer. I'm not a scientist, I'm not so good at math, but I think I got a few things right. If not, feel free to comment. Please just comment. Go nuts with the comments. The principle of a subtractive synthesizer is that you take a waveform that has a lot of overtones in it. For example, the sawtooth sounds like that, very raw and very full of overtones. And then you subtract stuff from this overtone-rich waveform. And as most of you know, you can bring up some resonance to make a few of these frequencies peak at certain points. So this doesn't really rhyme with the word synthesis to me, because this is, you take a waveform with a lot of tones in it, and then you subtract tones from it. Of course you can modulate this tone by bringing in an LFO, for example. Still though, it's just modulation. It's not putting things together to make a whole. It's really much more the other way around. You take something big, you take a big chunk of wood, and you carve things out of it to make your art piece. So this is why I have a problem with the word subtractive synthesizer. It should be called something else. Maybe like a wave subtractor, or subtractive wave machine, or something like that. I don't know. Why don't you come up with your suggestions in the comments below? That would be fun. Now, a relevant piece of fact here is that the word synthesizer was first used in 1897 in the manual of an ancient electronic instrument that's called the telharmonium. Now, the telharmonium uses another form of synthesis, which is called additive synthesis, which, by the way, is a word combination that just works much better for me and my brain. If the telharmonium would have been invented today, we would probably have called it an organ, because additive synthesis is what you use in, for example, a Hammond organ. Okay, here's a little model of the Hammond B3 organ. You start with one ground tone, and then you build with overtones. That's additive synthesis. You take one note, you add another note, you add another note, and yet another note, and then you have a new timbre. In other words, you take different components, put them all together to form a new unit. However, my biggest issue with the word synthesizer is this. Again, I'm quoting the Oxford English Dictionary, and I've entered the word synthetic. Synthetic. Made by chemical synthesis, especially to imitate a natural product. There's another meaning, not genuine, insincere. So this implies that the sound of a synthesizer is something that's not really real. It's insincere, as the book says. But to me, there's nothing artificial or insincere with the sound of an analog synthesizer. To me, that sound is as organic as it can get. And by the way, I used to be in a band where I used my left hand to play the bass on a synthesizer. And I'd always have people coming up to me after almost every gig saying, "Hey, that sounded pretty awesome. That was pretty cool. I couldn't tell that you weren't using a real bass." So there seems to be some kind of idea in our culture and in our minds that the synthesizer isn't really a real instrument. And it's hard to say why this is. It could be because, like on a guitar, you see the string, you can see it vibrating, you understand immediately where the sound comes from and how it is generated. While in a synthesizer, you can't really see that. Even though the process of it is just as organic. Instead of a string, it's electricity vibrating. So yeah, that could be a reason why people don't really see the synthesizer as a real instrument, so to speak. But it also probably has a lot to do with the connotations of the words synthesizer, synthesis, synthetic. Last but not least, I just want to say, I don't mean to sound indignant or hurt or anything pathetic like that. I use the words synthesizer and synth every day. I love those words. I'm gonna keep using them, of course. But I still think it's a good idea to reflect a bit upon where these words come from, what they really mean, because thinking about these things has really deepened my understanding of what the synthesizer is. And it has helped me to understand my relationship to the synthesizer and the position of the synthesizer in our culture today as an instrument. And please comment down below about this. I want to hear about your personal opinions, anecdotes, and also if I got any facts wrong, please tell me. If you don't have anything to say, just hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.